Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel and welcome to the Kart Race of Champions, also known as KROC, here at Buckmore Park. Firstly, thank you for the invite. It's an invite-only competition. It's supposed to be for like the champions of each sort of championship around the UK and like one or two from abroad. But generally, people who do really well in those series or notorious names also get invites. So yeah, thank you for the invite. I'm really happy to be down here today and racing against some big names who race all around the country in their own disciplines. Some championships bigger than others. Some people are representing a really small championship from maybe up north or something. So yeah, you don't get to race these sort of people quite often. I'd say the only other competition that really brings people together like that would be BRKC. So yeah, I'm really excited and I think it's going to be really fun. I'll be honest with you, I haven't practiced a lot at Buckmore. In fact, I've just shown up on the day for this one. I do know Buckmore Park, and I do know it in the drive, but yeah, it's kind of like a bit of an exam that I haven't revised for right now. The vibe I'm getting from how I'm going to perform today, but you never know. I'm just really excited to see if I can try and get up there. Format wise, it's a triple heat final, typical sort of style. With a few changes, so there'll be a short practice, then there's a qualifying for heat 1, so there's the opportunity to get placed high there, and if the next two heats it's sort of based off heat grids, so you might get a first and last or two middles, you never know. Personally, I don't know what I'll take, just give me something, maybe a 4th and 12th or something like that, I don't know. But yeah, all three of those heats come together and put you in the C, B or A final. The C final is the shortest, the B final is a bit longer, and the A final is I think 20 minutes long. So I guess you're rewarded with more track time if you do better. So yeah, let's get into it. I'll get straight into heat 1 and yeah, we'll see how it goes. So here we go, really looking forward to it. Kart Race of Champions at Buckmore. Oh, I'll put some parts of the live stream in too. I believe this event is being live streamed. Here we go then. Heat 1, let's see how it went.
Matthew 6, Glenn 7, Sam 8, Dimitri 9, Alex Fraser 10, Mike 11, Liam 12, Zach 13, Steve, Gabriel 17, and Ollie 18. Reminder drivers, we are watching track limits.
Kart Race of Champions. We are underway. Green lights are go, and Matthew Hill looks like he's got a better start this time. Heading our way in towards the first corner. Ollie Smith is under pressure from Alex Brazier going in towards turns 1 and 2. Manages to... Coppin that leads. Now Matthew Hill is under pressure here from Ollie Smith, as Smith tries to challenge away for second place. That's opening up an opportunity here for Alex Brazier. He wants to try and move up the inside in towards Conways, but he can't quite find that move. Again, he'll try. And there we see the number 13 trying to go up the inside. That's Zach Venn, who took full opportunity of that one. Moves himself now up into 4th place. On our leaders then. Matthew Hill is back in the lead with Mike Coppin in 2nd, Ollie Smith in 3rd. Through in towards paddock we go, up we go towards Garda. And will Matt Hill be able to hold on to the lead of the race? It's been nip and tuck between the two of them, but no, Mike Coppin's back ahead, going through in towards Garda. So Coppin takes back the lead of the race, so the leaders are switching to and fro as we see them make their way through in towards Henry's Bend. Onwards we go towards the first hairpin. Just in the background there, Andrew Strike defending. Against him, our 2-time Kart Race of Champions winner is 7th place in his first heat We see now our top four. Matt Hill looking for an inside move on Andrew Strike in towards Garda. It can be an overtaking opportunity. Did he get it done? No, he didn't. Strike manages to stay ahead then, and keeping a hold of that third place. Here comes Ollie Smith though, now looking to find him. There, and now Alex Brazier is having to go around the outside, but Ollie Smith has had enough of losing positions there and gets it back against Andrew Strike, and Strike now finds himself side by side with Alex Brazier and manages to hold firm there. Now you can see our top six as Zach Venn wants to go up the inside of Alex Brazier, going in towards Paddock, and then in towards Garda they will go. Coppin still leads from Matt Hill in second place. Ollie Smith under pressure from Andrew Strike, and it just shows you that a slight loss of momentum is a huge difference here. Matt Hill looking to try and find a way through, try and get into the lead of this race, try and convert the pole he earned in that qualifying session. place is Andrew Strike now up into third. That again allows the top two to try and break away. Ollie Smith catching Mike Coppin with about 60 seconds on the clock. Matt Hill up the inside of Andrew Strike in towards the first two corners to try and take away third place, which he does. And there you can see Alex Brazier up the inside now of Andrew Strike. Strike having to hold firm going in towards hairpin 2. Holds on to fourth place there as our runners make their way through in towards the S's. Matt Hill managing to get back up into third. Andrew Strike in fourth. As we run here, Zach Venn trying to look up the inside, but Alex Brazier gets there before him, and that has Venn has to back out of that one. And Brazier really punchy for this one, wants that position, but in doing so he might have lost a little position or a little bit of ground as Zach Venn wants that.
So in Heat 1, and yeah, it was a really exciting race, really exciting. To be honest with you, I really enjoyed Buckmore on the dry. It's so much better than last time I came when it was in the wet. I just felt it was just too skitty and the lines were just too sort of like weird. But no, dry is just, you know, commit that throttle and take every corner how you see it. You know, my kart wasn't a race winning kart, should I say? I think that's the best way to say it. You know, it wasn't bad by no means. I think a lot of people got sort of stuck with really bad karts. But, you know, it was a mix of me, you know, my first 8 minutes on the track having to be a qualifying session, and, you know, the fact that, you know, I haven't really raced before. I started quite low, and it took me a little bit to get into the groove. But when I did, you know, I was racing people and I was getting past, and I wasn't really falling backwards, which is, you know, a big positive. And, you know, sits me well for my next two heats as well. But yeah, you know, it was one of those karts where you turn left and it would really react really snappy, and you turn right and there was nothing. I mean, turn 1 was an absolute nightmare, but you know, it's one of those things. It still delivered a good job, but you know, through all the other heats, kart 2 is not exactly doing amazing things either, even with some good drivers in them. But you know, I didn't lose a lottery there, but I certainly didn't win it either. So yeah, we're on to the next sort of section of the event now, where it's two heats, and I'm starting 7th and 11th in both of them. So I've got two middles. The kart rotation is as they come in, so I will be picking up the 7th place kart in the previous heat and the 11th place kart in the previous heat, which, to be honest with you, maybe in some ways is better, because if you have first place kart, it's amazing, but then you have a last place car, which could be an absolute billy unless somebody gets binned off, and there's another reason why they finished last. So let's get into it. Heat 2, great event so far. It's actually really fun. You know, I'm enjoying the track. But yeah, let's move on and let's see how Heat 2 goes.
We're racing for heat number 7 here, and it's a good start then from Trevor Hansford, who tries to go around the outside and does take over the lead of this race then, as we make our way now on towards hairpin 1 for heat number 7 of the Kart Race of Champions. Everyone's through hairpin 1 nice and cleanly, and as we head our way through in towards hairpin 2, gets a little bit muddled up, but everyone is through, and it is Hansford leading from Kempink here, and they've both finished 13th and 14th in their first heats. They would love to carry this forward, carry this momentum forward. Matt Hill there in bright green. Slightly defensive line, and that allows Andrew Spencer to take the lines he wants. Fraser Brunton putting the pressure on, applying that pressure in towards Pullman's now, and right behind him he's got Sam May in the 7 and Connor Ambrose in number 5 as we head our way up in towards Garda. Now here's your top 6 at this moment. Connor Ambrose at the rear of that field. Still Hansford leading the way. Andrew Spencer 2nd. Tom Kempink in 3rd. And Fraser Brunton wanted to get up the order as much as he can. through in towards Garda, now through the centre chicane. Side by side we run. That's Connor Ambrose who's carving his way through the field. He's just got past Sam May and moves now up into 5th place. Heading across the line as Fraser Brunton wanted to look up the inside of Tom Kempik. Kempik defends, and there goes round the outside Connor Ambrose in towards hairpin 1 in that number 5 car. He's battling away now with Fraser Brunton. He'll be on the inside, kick of grass and dirt then on the inside line. That won't help his momentum. He drops back slightly there. Callum Jones in the pink lid in the number 14, trying to move on Sam May. He's on the outside on the exit of the S's there. And it full well showed. Andrew Spencer, though, leads the way from Trevor Hansford in 2nd. Tom Kempik in 3rd place. As we see side-by-side action going up towards Garda. How is it all resolved? It's resolved with Fraser Brunton in 3rd place there. Still looking for a way past. It's become a bit of a top trio at the moment for this battle for the lead. There's a bit of a bump there. No harm, no foul, as Hansford puts his hand out, but in doing so he allows Fraser Brunton up the inside. That's exactly the sort of gap Brunton was hoping for. He gets his move done, moves up into 2nd place, and that slight error from Hansford has cost him 2nd place there. Running very close together, going through in towards Pullman's, now in towards Paddock we go. And Hansford still looking for a move up the inside. Here comes Fraser Brunton then, as he looks to try and carve out some sort of way for the lead then, still trying to find a way past Andrew Spencer, but there comes Trevor Hansford up the inside and takes away and takes back 2nd place from Fraser Brunton then. Across the line they go, and in towards the first 2 turns we go. Still it's Spencer leading from Hansford and Brunton. And Hansford goes defensive in towards hairpin 1. 2.5.
Heat 2 over, and yeah, really frustrating race actually. The kart was like okay, better, and like I just don't think I'm a very good driver at Buckmore as well. Definitely more time with the track, but yeah, you know, it was a good and bad heat. You know, I know how to defend this track, and I had to do a lot of defending because there was so much heat behind, and they were aggressive. You know, they were binning each other off. I was afraid about getting binned off, so you know, really tight stuff. I think we need to have a really good last race there, like a really good one. You know, I think if we lead really high, we can score some good points. You know, I think, I'm not sure if it's the A final worthy, might be B, and if it goes really wrong, might even be C. So yeah, we just got to maximise performance now, give it everything. I don't even know what to say, like fake motivation quotes, whatever. Just got to do the best we can. Still very good, track temperature's dropping a little bit. Anyway, yeah, heat 3, let's get on with it. Here it is, let's go.
Tom in 11, Harrison 8, Harrison Brooks in 5, Corey 12, Sean 2, Neil 1, Samuel 6.
He can do in this race. There is the away team then, getting suited and booted, ready to go. And that is ready there. We're under starters' orders now from the man in orange at the front. We're all eyes on the red lights. Green lights, and we get going here. And it's a good start from the number 10 card of Sam Parent, who makes his way up towards turn 1 and be able to use any line he wants in through there. Although Barry Lakes is right back onto him in towards hairpin 1. Keeping an eye out for hairpin 1 then. And all clean through hairpin 1. The likes of Harrison Kirkham are down the order here. P3 here. Right behind him he's got Glenn Marrison as well. As Thomas Seabrook, Dimitri Oros, Andrew Strike, Matt Hill, and Jack Goldsmith really striking while the iron's hot, making sure he builds the gap as much as possible. He was saying today he's hoping to make it through. He's not sure if he will make it through all through the races, but he's leading at the moment, and that'll be a huge boost for Jack, carrying that injury. Christopher Ball and Glenn Marrison heading their way through Cafe Curve. Onwards we go then towards the first two corners. Barry Lakes is looking to try and get a position back here. He'll have to try around the outside in towards the first hairpin. Thomas Seabrook also fancies his chances against Dimitri Oros. Those drivers now make their way through the second hairpin. There's Andrew Strike making it known he wants some positions, and he wants them now. heed the instruction from Christopher Ball, or will he want that position for himself? Let's find out. Heading our way down in towards hairpin 1. Well, one who wants a position is Barry Lakes up the inside, but he might have overrun hairpin 1 slightly. He has, and Glenn Marison takes that position straight back. And Christopher Ball here now wants to work together, try and close in on the top two. Representing Southern Rental Kart Championship, finished 4th in the RapiKart Championship. He's a national finalist in the British Indoor Karting Championship in 2023. It's his first time at the Kart Race of Champions. He's hoping and expecting for an exciting event. Well, he's putting on an exciting show here in the battle for 3rd place. But here comes Glenn Marison again, trying to use that momentum, can't quite find it because here comes Barry Lakes. Glenn Marison's got to be careful about leaving that door open there. But Marison still in 4th at the moment. Heading our way through. Sean David is up to 8th. Harrison Kirkham is up to 7th place. Just set his personal best lap of the race last time around, a 50.172. Christopher Ball is starting to close in on him. Another 10th taken out on that last lap. In fact, a 10th and a half taken out on that last lap between Ball and Parent. There is Ball trying to see if he can get a move done here for second place in this race. Through and towards the S as we go then. And Sam Parent knows he's feeling that pressure now from Christopher Ball. Christopher Ball up the inside in towards Paddock then when he felt that pressure. And now Glenn Marrison fancies his chances against Sam Parent. He was going for a move up the inside at Garda. Did he get that move done? No, they're running side by side. Marrison trying to get himself ahead, but Sam Parent using that momentum to his side, or to his advantage, to keep himself out of the centre chicane. He gets himself up into fourth place then. But there is Jack Goldsmith, who takes the win in heat number 13 then. Second place across the line is Christopher Ball, Sam Parent in third, with Harrison Brooks getting up to...
End of third heat, and yes, that's exactly what I needed. I'm actually really happy about that result, you know, for many reasons. I made positions forward each time, which is really good, and you know, the overtakes were good. Some of them were daring, but you have to do it. I knew what I had to do. The car was really good. It's definitely up there in the afternoon. It didn't start strong, but it's really coming to its own. And yeah, just really good to get that result. And the better news from that as well is that I made the A final doing that, which is, you know, it feels great. You know, I was really worried I'd be on the cusp of B. You know, it just feels great to get into that A final. It's a longer race, a 20-minute race, and the most interesting part about it, which I'm really looking forward to, is the Super Pole. So a bit like Formula Fast last time, I've got to do another Super Pole. This time again, I've got to pick my car. I'm pretty low down the order, to be honest with you. So I'm not going to get the best ones, but again, you know, the staff have been changing the plates on the kart. So, you know, maybe you go into it thinking, wow, this car is amazing, and you pick it, but it turns out they swapped it maybe 2 heats earlier, or even in like the B final. So I feel some people are going to get this wrong. Some people get it horribly wrong. Some people might get really lucky, and a kart just jumps through. That's really good. But yeah, once I've chosen my kart, we all take to track in single file. It's probably a gap. I'm not sure how it's going to work, and we qualify. So the fight's not over yet. I really don't know what's going to happen. So I'm really looking forward to it. And so let's get into it then. It's the A final. It's getting a bit gloomy over Buckmore Park right now, but I think the weather will just about hold out. And yeah, let's go enjoy the A final. It's been a great day, and see what went down. And I'm really looking forward to the Super Bowl. So I'll put that in first, and then straight to the race after. So here we go. With 51.4, my lap was complete. Unfortunately, it was only good enough for 19th place. I picked kart 9, and I only had a couple of options to pick from, low in the picking order. And, I drove it earlier in the day, and it wasn't, like, that bad. And I think with the same kart qualifying, I could have been a bit higher up the order, but kart 9 in its current state was absolutely awful. I'm going to save you all the hope as well. This race does not go very well, as you'll be able to see after the first phase of racing. The kart drops off even worse. I did consider just retiring the kart, but then I remembered, hey, it's open track time at a track you don't get to drive really that often. So I was just enjoying the rest of the laps of the race, to be honest with you. I didn't expect a lot in the end. It was so unfortunate to come to this, but at the end of the day, I made it to the A final. I'll take that as my win at least. So enjoy the footage. If not, then I'll say goodbye here, or feel free to skip to the end of the video for a roundup.
Corners, it is red lights, turn to green. We go racing here in the A final of the Kart Race of Champions. What are the starts like as they head their way through and towards the first two turns? It's Bo Sullivan who gets a good start then, going side by side with Sean Dabin on the run. Down towards the first hairpin we go. Fraser Brunton in third place with Jack Goldsmith rounding off the top four. Here we go in towards hairpin 2. Dabin still leads then. Fraser Brunton trying to challenge away with Bo Sullivan as they head their way towards the S's. Sullivan now has to be on the outside. Jack Goldsmith is happy to follow his way through in towards Simon Sweep, and Pullman's now in towards Paddock, and Jack Goldsmith gets himself up into third. and Fraser Brunton does take over third place in the A final here as they make their way through Cafe Curve and across the start-finish line. It's a track limits warning awarded to Bo Sullivan in the number 15. First warning for Bo Sullivan. He'll have to keep an eye on those ones. In towards hairpin 1 we go. Sean Dabin still out in front then. And Dabin of Bayford Meadows, 2023 winner of the Buckmore Park 24 hours. So it's fair to say he's had his fair share of practice over the last month. And he's also looking to improve as well. He managed 8th place in the Kart Race of Champions in 2021. He currently leads the Kart Race of Champions 2023. Here's Fraser Brunton looking to put the pressure on Bo Sullivan. Again, for the second time in a lap, finds the inside line at Garda, and for the second time in 2 laps, finds the move and moves himself up a position. Fraser Brunton here looking to try and close in, and now close in on the leader in Sean Dabin. Can he find the way through now? As they make their way now on towards the first hairpin. Still Bo Sullivan is not done with this battle yet. As we make our way through in towards the second hairpin. Fraser Brunton, a 5-time Brentwood champion, an 8-time Buckmore Park solo champion, a 5-time Daytona solo champion, a 2-time Ella Park champion. Plenty of trophies laid in his cabinet. Can he add one more here as well? In the Kart Race of Champions 2023, Jack Goldsmith looking for a move up the inside of Bo Sullivan now in towards Garda, and he gets that move done, moves himself now up into 3rd place. Mike Coppin in 5th place, eager to be in on the battle here as we make our way across the start-finish line with just under 16 minutes left to run on. Of the top 2 squabbling. He's side by side with Fraser Brunton then as we ride our way through in towards Symes Sweet and Pullman's. And now on the run down towards Paddock. There goes the number 5 card of Ollie Smith up the inside of Jack Goldsmith. He'll still hold the inside line going up towards the right-hander of Garda. They emerge into our picture. The gaggle of cars led by Sean Dabin as they make their way through as Mike Coppin, the number 6, finds his way now up into 4th place. The leaders make their way through. Jack Goldsmith up the inside of Fraser Brunton. And Fraser Brunton here, now on the outside, heading our way in towards the first hairpin. Dabin on the inside, still hanging on to this lead. Look at Ollie Smith and the number 5, now trying to follow through. He goes up the inside, in towards hairpin 2 to try and grab 2nd place. Look at Jack Goldsmith on the inside. There's contact between the 5 there. And Jack Goldsmith made his way through. He's now up into 2nd place. It's his turn now to put some pressure on Sean Dabin. There goes an inside move from the number 7 of Andrew Spencer. Mike Coppin has to go wide on the exit coming out of Paddock. as we head our way in towards Garda. Re-emerging, Dabin still leading from Goldsmith. Ollie Smith is now up into third. Fraser Brunton in fourth place. As they make their way round the cafe curve, watch out for Bo Sullivan in the 15 on a charge back through the field. Meanwhile, Fraser Brunton back up the inside then of Ollie Smith to reclaim third place. Dabin goes defensive. Here comes then the number 13 of Fraser Brunton, wanting to look for a move round the outside. He's left himself open to attack from the number 5 of Ollie Smith. Runs deep in towards the second hairpin. Will he get the better line? Will he get the better drive out of the corner? Fraser Brunton holds on to third place for now as Jack Goldsmith continues to harry the leader in Sean Dabin then. Down we go in towards paddock. Dabin taking a defensive line. Goldsmith for now staying behind as we make our way up towards Garda. They'll re-emerge into our picture then as Dabin still leads the way. Fraser Brunton and Ollie Smith side by side in the battle for third place. Brunton just about gets his nose ahead and gets the position ahead as well as they cross the line once again. 11. with Ollie Smith right on Goldsmith's tail. Goldsmith defends the inside line from Smith in towards hairpin 1, as Smith will try and find a little bit of a cut back here in towards hairpin 2, still running side by side. Again, Smith tries to get the power down, no way through for them. And they make their way through the S's. Meanwhile, right behind them, Mike Coppin also fancying some positions. He was trying to hassle Sean Dabin for position, which he has done. Mike Coppin is up into third place now, as we watch the lead two make their way up in towards Garda. Back through the centre chicane they run then. And up the hill they will go. Jack Goldsmith, two-time Kart Race of Champions champion in 2019 and 2020. He said his expectations for this one to reclaim the title. Andrew Spencer currently in 6th place. He was the 2021 Kart Race champion. As we see Goldsmith here, again Ollie Smith going for a move down the inside in towards hairpin 2. Goldsmith gets the better run out of the corner and retakes the lead heading through the S's, but that squabbling is allowing Mike Coppin in the number 6 to really start to close up to the two of them again. As we head our way in towards paddock, Fraser Brunton in 4th place there, as Ollie Smith again looking for a move up the inside. Jack Goldsmith sees that one coming and covers the inside line. They run side by side through the centre chicane, heading our way through the cafe curve. Watch out there as well for Mike Coppin and Fraser Brunton, who've now got a piece of the action once again. Goldsmith defensive in towards turn 1, as Mike Coppin trying to defend this position against Fraser Brunton, 3rd place. As we head our way in towards the first hairpin, Goldsmith goes defensive. As through there goes Sean Dabin in the number 20, taking a better line, now round the outside in towards the second hairpin. Back onto the power they go then. Dabin trying to muscle his way back into 3rd place. Fraser Brunton thinks otherwise and reclaims 3rd spot. On the run now through Symes Sweep and then through Pullman's once again down in towards paddock. Fraser Brunton then in 3rd place. Sean Dabin in 4th. On the run up towards Garda now. Head through the centre chicane and the leaders again side by side action as they head their way up the hill through the cafe curve. Fraser Brunton pushing Jack Goldsmith through and gets 2nd place with it. Across the line they go then, starting another lap, less than 5 minutes on the clock. Through the first 2 turns, now up towards hairpin 1. Fraser Brunton here goes wide in towards the first hairpin to try and get the better run. He'll get the inside line now in towards the second hairpin to try and follow Jack Goldsmith through to help him defend against Ollie Smith. It's worked that time. Sean Dabin in 4th, and that's Mike Coppin in 5th place now. Fraser Brunton, it's his turn now to apply some pressure to Jack Goldsmith. Heading our way through Pullman's, now in towards paddock there. Fraser Brunton trying to take a different line, using that momentum. Jack Goldsmith covers off the inside line as they head their way up towards Garda. Still now, it's Ollie Smith in the number 5 in 3rd place. Sean Dabin right behind him now as the leaders make their way through. Smith trying to fend off the pressure then as we head up towards Garda. Can he hold on for just a couple more corners as we make our way through the centre chicane? Ollie Smith for TRX Racing has only got one corner to go, but Jack Goldsmith of Club 73 Racing is not going to go without a fight. It's so close to the line. It's Jack Goldsmith who gets to the line first and claims his third Kart Race of Champions victory. What a race! Fantastic stuff. Ollie Smith in second place by 0.043 seconds. Fraser Brunton takes off and rounds off the top three for the Kart Race of Champions 2023 lightweights race. What a fantastic...
So there we have it. I mean, yeah, it wasn't a great car. It was just so bad to drive, you know, just mainly on the power. The steering was fine mostly. It had been used all day, so honestly, you know, I've got to let it off. It was just unfortunate, and, you know, I had such a low pick of the karts that it was inevitable that I was going to get a worse kart rather than a better one. And that brings me to the end of the Kart Race of Champions event. I would say I enjoyed it, and I would look to do it again. I think the only big change I would make would be the kart system, where all drivers should really be randomly assigned a kart for each race through picking it out of a hat or using a mobile phone app to pick the number, which we see in other competitions, and just stopping, you know, that system where you just move two karts from the front to the back, which falls on the trust of other drivers to stay in the same order they finished, and another load of factors that really don't bring sort of, you know, a random kart selection to the table. So to wrap up the day, really fun throughout the event. Big shame about the final, but it is what it is. I didn't want to stop driving because I was just enjoying the track by the end. Hoping to maybe do it again in the future if the calendar matches up well. But thank you ever so much for watching, especially if you watched it all. Really appreciate it, and I hope to see you all in the next video. Goodbye.